long division. Long division is going to help us do polynomial division. First, you look at the first number. Is it possible to do 1 divided by 13 and get a whole number? No. So 1's not big enough. So we're going to do 15 divided by 13. So how many 13s can you fit into 15? 1. So you put the 1 up here. Okay? So we thought 15 divided by 13, it's 1. I know there's a remainder, and we'll deal with that in just a sec. And then you do 1 times 13. I'll fix it in just a sec. So 1 times 13, and what is 1 times 13, guys? 13, thanks. So that goes here, and then you subtract.
And then bring down the 9.
Yes, but don't go too fast, because some people haven't seen this in the last 5 years. So we bring, here's the 2.
Sorry, I just did this.
I know you did.
Don't worry, I don't know anything
Just be
else.
patient.
I'm terrible at this.
All right, so then you're going to bring down the 9, that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, stop there for a second. Who has a question so far? Okay, Max, you're doing this with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we're going to do 29 divided by 13. How many 13s can you fit into 29? 2, right, because 2 13s make 26, so that's going to work. So I got 29 divided by 13 equals 2. And I'm going to put the 2 here. And then you do 2 times 13. Okay. So then 2 times 13 goes here, and then you subtract again.
And then how much 13 goes in 32?
Yes. Okay. Thanks. All right, so this is 3, and then bring down the 2. So how many 13s can you fit into 32?
3, 2.
I think it's still 2, right? Because 3 13s is how much?
36. No, wait, no.
26.
I think it's,
Oh, 3 13?
yeah, 39, yeah. So 39 is too big, so we can only fit in 2 again. So you put another 2 here, and I'll do another 2 times 13 is 26. So that goes here, and then subtract. And then what? Yes, thank you. Bring down the 7. All right, so how many 13s fit into 67? 5? Let's see, yeah. 5 times 10 is 50, and 5 times 3 is 15, so that makes 65, so I agree. So we're doing 67 divided by 13, and we got 5. And that goes there. And then we just did 5 times 13 is 65. That goes here, and we have a remainder of 2. And there are lots of ways to deal with a remainder in elementary school, but because we're trying to get ready for polynomial division, we're going to do the fraction way. That's how we do it with polynomials. So it's going to be remainder 2 over the divisor 13. And I have that written in words here. Remainder over divisor. So it's going to be 2 over 13 as your fraction. So your answer is 1,225 and 2/13.
No, to do plus.
In the calculator, you would write it as plus, but I just read it as and 2/13. If you put a plus, you would not be wrong. Just not the way I usually write it. All right, questions on the polynomial or on the long division before we do polynomial division? The steps are the same, but because you've never seen it before, it just looks weird in
It's
polynomial
like rocket
division.
science, okay? It is not that easy.
The steps are, I didn't say it's easy. I said the steps are the same. So it really is the same steps. It just looks different. Okay. So this one, x plus 6 goes on the outside. And we're dividing 2x squared plus 13x minus 7. So over here on the side, this is my think part, okay? What am I thinking each step? So I just think the first part divided by the first part. So I think 2x squared divided by x. This one divided by this one. So when we divide, we subtract exponents. So what do we have left when we do 2x squared divided by x? 2x, right.
Is this unit 4?
This is unit 5, right. So I'm going to put that above its like term, put the 2x right there. All right, and then just like before, after I put a number on the top, I multiplied it by the 13. I'm going to multiply the 2x times the x plus 6. So 2x times x plus 6. And distribute it. So what's 2x times x? Well, what's x times x, guys?
2x squared.
Yeah, 2x times x is 2x squared. And then 2x times 6. $57? 12x, thank you. All right, so after you multiply, you put that answer under here, and then you subtract. Okay, so 2x squared and 2x squared cancel, and then I have 13x minus 12x. What's that going to give me? 1x. And bring down the minus 7. Bring that down. Okay, so then I'm going to think this x divided by this x. What do I get if I do x divided by x? Just 1, thank you. So that 1 goes there, and then I multiply the 1 times the x plus 6. What do I get? Thank you, that's correct. 1x plus 6. So that goes here, and then I subtract. This is a tricky one, be careful here. I have negative 7 minus 6. Negative 7 minus 6. Negative 13, very good. So that's going to be my remainder. I'm going to write my remainder as negative 13 divided by x plus 6. Oh, and Jolie, this is where you're saying put a plus. Yeah. So for the polynomial one, yeah, I do put a plus there. Plus negative 13 over x plus 6. All right. So I'm going to box that all up. I'm going to leave it there for a minute for people to catch up. But if you got it, go ahead to the next one. All right, so we're going to turn the page. If you're working ahead, I just took the squared off this problem to make it just x plus 5. Okay? And then we're going to work this problem right here. So I have 2x to the 4 plus 3x to the 3. And notice there's no x squareds. It's really helpful to put a placeholder in there, to put 0 x squareds in there. 0 x squareds, 5x, and minus 1. Okay, so notice, because I was missing x squareds, I put 0 x squareds in to hold the place. And I'm going to put x minus 1 right here. All right, so on the side, I'm thinking 2x to the 4 divided by x. The first one divided by the first one. That's what I'm doing. So 2x to the 4 divided by x to the 1. Remember, you're subtracting exponents, so what do we get?
2x cubed.
2x cubed, good. That goes here. 2x cubed. Hey, Mo.
Hmm? No, I'm searching up something.
Later.
No, like I'm looking.
Okay.
Because I'm studying.
Okay, so now we're doing this times this. And then we'll distribute. So when I do x to the 3 times x, you're going to get that x back. What do we get?
2x to the 4.
2x to the 4 minus 2x to the just 3 here. All right, so when I subtract this, remember these two will cancel, but this is minus negative. What does minus negative make?
Positive.
Positive. So this is really 3x to the 3 plus 2x to the 3, which makes how much? 5x to the 3. Well done. And the one you're going to bring down is the one that we put in as a placeholder, the 0x squared. Okay, so now I'm thinking 5x to the 3 divided by x. And then just lose one x to get 5x to the 2. And I'm going to put the answer up here, 5x squared. All right, multiply 5x squared times x minus 1 and distribute it. And then put that answer underneath. All right, so we have minus negative again. So if I have 0 minus negative 5x squared, what does that make?
0x.
So you have the 0, and then instead of minus negative, you have a plus, right? So what do you get here?
Wait, so 0x squared plus 5x squared?
Very good. What's that?
Oh, wow.
Sure you do. 0 plus 5, what do we get?
5.
5. All right, bring this down. So plus 5x. And then I'm going to do the first one divided by the first one. 5x squared over x. What's that? Remember to subtract your exponents. So I keep,
5x squared.
yeah, I had 5x squared, and then I subtract the 1. So what do I get? 5x, good. So the plus 5x goes right here. Multiply the 5x times the x minus 1. And distribute, like that. All right, so that goes under here. And we subtract. Okay, so these will cancel. If I have 5x minus negative 5x, what does that make? It doesn't cancel, does it? What does it get? 10x, good. So I got 10x. Bring down the minus 1. And I'm going to do 10x divided by x. So now all my x's are gone. What do I get? 10. So the 10 goes here, plus 10. Multiply the 10 times the x minus 1. And when you subtract, you're going to get a positive 9. So you're going to have 9 over x minus 1 at the end here. Okay. So there's one more problem. I really want you guys to try that one together before I go over it.